Hello and welcome again to another episode of The Elegant Life. My name is Erin Kurt and I am a spiritual teacher and life coach who assists women in clearing all of the negative past emotions and limiting beliefs that hold women hostage from living their most exquisite life. So on these videos, if you're new, we've got so many new people, I want you to know that I gift you processes and tools and inspiration and guidance on how to live your most exquisite, divine inspired life. And today's topic is one that is the greatest follow-up to the last video I did. Last month we were talking about detoxing, decluttering our emotional, energetic, physical body. And the reason we want to do that is because, well, if you have a cup that is full and you try to pour more in, it's just going to spill over, isn't it? You're not going to be able to add any beautiful more liquid or tea or wine or champagne to the glass if it's already full. And so many of us women are walking around looking like everything's fine, but inside are absolutely full. You need to pour it out. You need to clear it. And that's what we focused on last month. Now, after you do that, what you want to do is to just revel in that beingness of spaciousness. And I hope that you did that over the last couple of weeks because I went on holiday and that's what I really did. But now we're back in April and this month is where we do the next thing that you want to do as a spiritual, elegant woman. We want you to pour in now to that cup, now that there's extra space. What are some beautiful things in this physical experience of a life that you can add into your life that will serve you? It's a gorgeous process, right? We recognize first that we're full. We go get help clearing that energetically, or we do some things that I suggested in the video. I'll put the link below to that video just in case you haven't seen it. And then we fill the space up with things that are totally going to serve us in moving towards what we desire, but also being what we really are. When we empty all that stuff out, we really realize, what are we? We are everything that we're seeking. We are abundant. We are peace. We are love. We are joy. Sometimes we forget that, and we forget it because the junk in the trunk. Okay? So April, we're focusing on things that we're going to fill this beautiful space with. I wanted to bring you to an experience that I went through when I started decluttering, detoxing my life. And this was when I left my first marriage. It was not helpful for me. It was not serving me in being the best me. And there was a lot of toxic stuff going on. So I cleared out my environment, the people in it, the environment where I lived. I really went after my dreams and I moved to France. I will also put the link to that series. I did a whole series about that entire year called The Making of a Spiritual Woman, a pilgrimage that began in Paris. That is one of my most popular series ever. And it's my own true story. France as a culture has a very special focus on beauty and pleasure. And that's what the topic of this is going to be. How do we add more pleasure and beauty and joy, deep joy of experiencing something with all of our beingness? Now, France was a life-changing year for me for so many reasons. Again, go watch the videos. But the reason most specifically that I had such an incredible year was that I finally woke up to what living really is. I spent that whole year, I wrote a list of all the things here, traveling. I traveled to Italy. I went to Prague. I visited seaside resorts and had picnics right by the sea. I meditated in the forest. I did yoga every day almost. I ate chocolate eclair. I was reading only French magazines and listening to only French music, which was satisfying my soul of really wanting to become completely fluent in French. I wrote letters to friends and family while sitting on the balcony, opening the French doors and going to sit on the balcony and writing those letters. I went out on a beautiful walk in the gorgeous French countryside, and I would sit there by a little creek and I would write letters. I would go to a park that had a little pond in the middle and all these things. Actually, one day I was writing and a walnut fell on my head from a walnut tree. But what else did I do? I spent long afternoons and evenings just talking and drinking homemade chai tea with my beautiful friends Sandra and Guy in his living room, sitting on the floor drinking this tea from a beautiful bowl, homemade with love from Guy. Do you see the difference of me being able to enjoy life, to live life instead of exist in life? And that was a huge choice for me. I gave up. I was a school teacher. I gave up working job. It was going through a recession at that time. Do you know how scary that was for me? I went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And finally, I made the choice to say, no, I'm tired of living always safe. This has been a dream of mine, and I'm choosing to live life, to gift myself pleasure. And so I went. And the story is magnificent how everything happened, but I want to encourage you to reflect on your life and see in every area of your life how you are living with pleasure and how you might need to upgrade your life a little bit. I had one client actually who moved, and she had tons of boxes that had not been opened. I don't want to get the year wrong, but literally I don't think they had opened them almost since they had gotten married. And they were boxes of beautiful plates and dishes and fine chinaware and cutlery. And she said, just watching you live your life inspired me to get those things out of the boxes and start using them. And she said, look, I'm drinking my tea out of one of my beautiful china cups. That's what it's about. Take these things out and use them as your everyday usage. I'll tell you something. Every time someone comes over and I serve them a tea in these beautiful cups by Pip, I think it's a Dutch company. I got them in France though. Or where did I get them? Yes, I got them in France and England. Some in England, some in France. But the pleasure they get, and I see them enjoying that. Or, serving water with lemon in a big red wine goblet instead of a regular cup. I want you to start living your life upgraded. I don't want you to go to bed in a ratty old t-shirt. I want you to purchase something that makes you feel upgraded in beauty, in comfort. There are so many links and websites I could give you. For those of you in the UK, Marks and Spencer's actually has beautiful quality things at a very fair, reasonable price. There's here in Dubai and in Europe, I do believe as well, there's a company called Oysho, and I featured them on a previous video. They have gorgeous clothes for nightwear, loungewear, little fly, that are so reasonably priced. I don't think you have to spend an exorbitant amount of money to upgrade your life. It really isn't. You know, even the fact I used to be, okay, my issue with prosperity used to be huge, and I never allowed myself to purchase upgraded things. So I would wear the $15 watches that you could get, you know, in those little stands in the middle of the corridor in shopping malls, and they would have $15 watches, and I'm like, what? They look good, and you know, you can get 5 watches for the price of what you get. You know what? The enjoyment and the pleasure of that watch was never, ever the same as when my husband finally said, that's it. We are getting you a quality watch. And I went and I spent, I think it was 260 euros on a beautiful watch. I couldn't stop looking at it. It felt beautiful on my wrist. It looked beautiful. It fit beautifully. It lasted forever. I mean, it still looks just as gorgeous as before. I cannot tell you, when you start upgrading your life and start really living in pleasure, the difference life will feel like. And when you're living life at an upgraded level, you are vibrating at a total different frequency. You are vibrating from joy and pleasure. And that frequency just brings more things that are on that same frequency. You know, so many times people come to me and they say, but I've asked for what I want and it's not coming. I deserve it. It's my time. And I used to say those exact same things. I used to get so angry at the universe. And when I had my spiritual experience where I became one with source energy 6 or 7 years ago, I realized, and I had the knowingness after all those teachings were just downloaded into my energetic system. The reason I wasn't attracting them into my life because I wasn't a match to them. There is no way that you can attract what your soul desires, the dream, if you're not a match for it. And so the universe gives you opportunities to raise your vibration. Even the fact that you're watching this video, you might have just stumbled upon it, or it's perfect timing that I'm talking about this. I do a meditation and I say, universe, what does the women who follow me need to hear? And this is what came through. So the fact that you're watching this is another opportunity for you to finally say, okay, I'm making the choice. I'm upgrading things. No more cheap hotels. No more just a simple, 3-star. I'm treating myself to at least, even if it's one night, at a 5-star hotel. Okay? You might spend like 4 out of your 5 nights trip in a 3-star motel, but you gift yourself 1 night of upgrade. Okay? Or you might start shopping for different kinds of foods. Normally, you would not be able to maybe buy all organic, but you're going to only now upgrade and buy only organic apples. That's an upgrade for you. It's like a non-negotiable. It's always that. Or chocolate, okay? No more crappy, low vibe chocolate. You're upgrading. I've got some beautiful organic dark green and blacks mint chocolate here. I'm not going to eat it right now, but I adore it. Yes, it costs a bit more, but I have 2 squares, 3 squares, whatever my body says it wants. Every night or after my lunch, whenever my body tells me it wants it, you get a truffle. Go to a good quality chocolate store and gift yourself 1 beautiful truffle every evening with a tea. Upgrade your life. I want to hear in the comments, what are areas of your life that you want to upgrade? How are you going to? Do you already do something like this? Let me know in the comments what you do. Do you know that you need to upgrade in an area, but you don't know how you could do it right now. If you want advice on it, send me a comment in the comments below, and I'll guide you on that. Lord knows I have spent the last 10 years of my life upgrading, and every time I do, no matter how small it is, I sense it, I feel it, and my life just gets better and better and better and better. And when I think it can't get any better, oh my God, it gets even better. So I want you to pretend that this is the new beginning. It is spring. It's new life. This is your chance right now to upgrade your life. What areas do you know that you're okay with? And on the other side of a list, maybe you write things that you know you want to upgrade. And if there's only one thing you can do it, do it. Buy better sheets, throw out the old ones, go up a count, upgrade, and let me know what you're choosing to do. These things light me up, and I love celebrating you for making beautiful, elegant choices towards your elegant life. I will see you next week. Mwah. Make it a great day.